Hello, I'm Kristen Lee. I am in the process of flipping this and packing and all this other stuff, and think I deleted most of my footage from the month. Most of it was like unboxing, stuff I was getting for my trip or whatever, and what a month. So yeah, it was a crazy month. Thanksgiving went well. I don't know if I know I didn't show. If I have pictures left of Thanksgiving meal, I'll put it up. Went well. We did Christmas photos over the weekend after Thanksgiving, and while I was doing pictures, I turned and posed a certain way, and I gave myself a belly button hernia. And the way it was explained to me was there is a tear in my abdominal wall near my belly button, and for whatever reason, my intestines decided to join the picture and pop through. I thought that it was a cyst, and gosh, I'm breaking out because I'm all stressed out. I thought it was a cyst in my uterus because I have had a really bad period this month, and I thought it was stress and just all that kind of stuff, and pain wouldn't go away. Came home, tried things to help myself calm down and just relax my body and see where the pain was radiating from, and it would not go away. So we ended up calling 911. I got taken out in an ambulance because when I sat down to talk to my dad while I was in pain, he was like, okay, just so you know, because my dad, my stepmother, and my mother are all in healthcare in different parts. They've worked in all different types of hospitals and adult care and ERs and stuff like that. So they're my go-to when I'm like, what is it? So he was like, just so you know, if I drive you to the ER, you're looking at almost 8 hours to be seen, just because it's a holiday weekend, and they're not going to consider, even though you're in excruciating pain, they're not going to consider you an emergency over somebody that, is projectile vomiting or, is unconscious and things like that. So I was like, okay. He's like, but if you get taken in an ambulance, you're out of network. So what that means is, if you've ever gone through the insurance tango, you pick your doctors, you pick your hospitals within your insurance umbrella, and that's where you go, and your insurance will help you pay for that. Anything outside of it, you're on your own, kind of thing. So I'm pretty sure just for them picking me up, putting me in the ambulance, and getting me to the ER, signing me in and hooking me up to an IV is about two grand easily. So, but it was worth it because I at least had a bed. I was in a hallway, but it was bustling. Like there were sheriffs running around. There were people in handcuffs in beds and things like that. At one point, I decided I needed to use the restroom at some point because I had so much pressure, and there was blood in one restroom, and I had to walk to the other one, and it was just chaos. It's been a while since I've seen a hospital happen like that, which I'm kind of glad that I never had to go during COVID, because I can't imagine. Anyway, they took a CT of my abdomen, and I can tell you that taking a CT feet first instead of head first, I'll do that any day of the week. I had no problems. but they'd said that, you know, there's a tear and the intestine came out and whatever. And before I went in for the CT, the doctor had said, you know, I'm 99% sure it's this kind of hernia, and I'm 99% sure that I can push everything back in and you're going home tonight. He goes, but I want to have pictures and I want to know that I'm right before I do any more damage or anything like that. And because I'm on blood thinners, he was also worried about the tissue being squeezed too long and not getting enough oxygen and dying. You know, the tissue, you know, dies if it doesn't have the things it needs to do the things that it needs to do. So I had to meet with a surgeon, and by this I'm just panicking because they had given me morphine and the pain was so bad where my toes were numb, but I could still feel the pain. And I think I'm a champ when it comes to medical stuff. Like when I have it done, I don't like slivers and things like that, but like the big things, I try my best to rate it and not waste anybody's time. And if I can come home, I want to come home. So anyway, so the doctor found out what kind of hernia it was, ended up pushing it back in the hallway. He asked my permission. I gave him it. I was like, whatever you can do to get rid of this. And it was so wild how fast, even just the pressure and everything was gone once he got everything back into where it had to go. It was wild. I mean, I've been sore since, and like all of my core muscles, because my stomach was so distended for such a long period of time, my core muscles are really, really sore. And I had my period on top of it, so I was swollen and bleh. Anyway, met with the surgeon, and I told him about my cruise. I told him what was going on. And he goes, if you were my patient and I was in your network and everything like that, I would tell you to go on your cruise. He goes, there's not much we can do. The surgery is an elective surgery, and what they're going to go and do is they're going to take a scope, go into the tear, see if there's any tissue that needs to be repaired, and then they're going to put like almost like a plastic mesh Band-Aid kind of thing and put it underneath the hole and like block the hole and like stitch it in a little bit and let my body do the rest of it, you know, to heal. And the way they made it sound is I should be an outpatient, but I have a feeling I'll be overnight with all of my other health complications and stuff. But he said even if it was an emergency surgery today, he was like, and we transferred you to a hospital in your network and everything like that, and we got you another surgeon, and I spoke to that surgeon. He goes, you're looking at 3 to 5, most likely a week, being off of blood thinners before you can have your surgery because you're at risk with blood thinners. So it was just, oh my gosh, the anxiety, and then not knowing whether or not I could go on this trip because they weren't my doctors, so they couldn't tell me one way or another. So Monday, I made the appointment with my doctor. I couldn't get in until December 16th, and most doctors and hospitals want you to do the follow-up from hospital to your primary care within 72 hours after coming home from the hospital. Sometimes it can get pushed a week or whatever, but they prefer the sooner, you know, so they have everything fresh. So I had to make an appointment, and I didn't have one until today. Today is Tuesday. And it wasn't my doctor. I think my doctor is away for the holidays, and I had to wait until 2 p.m. today to find out whether or not I could go. I got the okay, but my anxiety, depression, and just my panicky nerves that I have, I've been on edge since Saturday, so my blood pressure was a little bit high. I don't know what I was thinking, just going to the doctor because I couldn't get anything into my stomach because I was so nervous. So I got like a banana and some coffee into me, no water. Oh my gosh. Yep. So now I have 3 videos that I want to film, and then I have to pack, and then I have to make sure that I have everything printed off, and then I leave at like 6:30 in the morning on Thursday. So fun. But I'm gonna do a what's in my bag video because I honestly don't know what's in it. There's like a pile here of things I've just been putting. Oops. And I want to put up my Christmas stuff before I go. But yeah, that's been my week. And it kind of forfeited the entire month. Whatever I was feeling or things I was nervous about or whatever, it just went out the window, and we've been focusing on what our plan of action was going to be, because if I couldn't go on the cruise, I was looking at surgery in the next week to 2 weeks. So thankfully I'm not. I do meet with the surgeon after Christmas, and we will go from there. So, and if you have kids around and you don't like cursey words, here's the time to click off. I hope you have a great day. I hope you had a great month. But if you ever want to know the definition of jackass or feeling like a jackass, it's going to have my picture somewhere next to maybe some other people. But I just, who sits at a Christmas photo? Like, I'm not even going to do it. But you know how the pretty pose that they want you to do? Or as Peter Mon says, you know, prune kind of thing. Yeah. And from frame to frame, you could see my stomach like, like Violet from Willy Wonka. I was, oh my gosh. What a week. There was something else. Oh, and then for books, I almost finished my my readathon. I'm on my last book for the last prompt. It's so boring. And I don't know whether it's the stress from everything going on that I can't focus, but I'm pretty sure that it's the book and it's not my kind of book. I don't like Shakespeare, and basically this book is about a cult, I think, that thought that they were going to Shakespearean college, and I think somebody died, and this guy is being questioned by authorities, and he's telling the story for the first time in 10 years. Some parts of it is interesting, but then when they start doing the dialogue part, I start falling asleep because there are lines from Shakespeare that I love, but as an entire, you know, he's just not my author. He's not my playwright. He's not my person. I like Poe, and I don't know. Shakespeare never did it for me. So, sorry that it's not a more fun, upbeat video. I swear I had more footage. I was really thinking the other day that I wasn't going on this cruise, and I started retail therapy. I have no idea what's coming, so it'll be like Christmas when I get here. So, I've been blabbing for about 15 minutes, so I'm gonna get off of this video and start filming the next one. And I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.